Hi, this is Dave from Dave's English. Today I would love us to look at a group of 3 words that can function both as nouns and as verbs. These words are demand, request, order. When you use these words as verbs, they are transitive verbs. Transitive verbs are verbs that take on direct objects. You do not need a preposition for to go with them. In other words, when you collocate the preposition for with these verbs, you are most likely going to be wrong. For instance, demand. The family of the victims demanded justice, not demanded for justice. This job demands urgent attention, not this job demands for urgent attention. Now, when you want to use demand as a noun, it goes with the preposition for. The workers' demand for better working conditions is their right. The demand for goods and services has increased over the years. Request. Notice that I said request. The pronunciation, or specifically speaking, the stress for request is the same when it's a verb as when it's a noun. In other words, the verb is request. The noun is also request, not request. Now, you request something, you do not request for that thing. I request permission to be absent from work tomorrow. I requested money to buy some clothing items. Now, using request as a noun, I made a request for permission to be absent from work tomorrow. My request for money to buy clothes has been approved. Order. You order something, you do not order for something. Let's assume you find yourself in a restaurant and perhaps you want to have a plate of jollof rice and beans. You order a plate of jollof rice and beans. You do not order for a plate of jollof rice and beans. You order something on the internet. You order a toy from the internet. You do not order for a toy on the internet. However, when you want to use order as a noun, it goes with the preposition for, just as we saw in the case of demand and request. You placed an order for a plate of food. You placed an order for an item on the internet. Now, there are 2 words that have meanings that are quite similar to these other words, and they are solicit and seek. In the case of solicit and seek as verbs, you can use them with a preposition for. You can also do without the preposition for, and you are still grammatically correct. You solicit help. You solicit for help. You can seek help. You can also seek for help. I hope that you find this helpful. See you next time. Follow me at Dave's English here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Bye.